What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Dorian.
And this is Miss MVP.
And welcome back to another episode of the Convos in the Park podcast.
Good morning.
For all of our first-time listeners, we greatly appreciate y'all joining us, and we hope you enjoy the show. And for those that have been rocking with us for a while now, thank you for coming back.
How are you doing today?
I am doing just fine. And how about yourself?
I'm doing good. No complaints right now. You sound a little bit under the weather. What's wrong?
Oh, nothing really under the weather, just my sinuses. Alabama weather going back and forth between everything, so...
Heat and air conditioner in the same day?
Yeah.
Oh, welcome.
Yeah, so honestly. But speaking of Alabama, well, in particular, this city in particular, I got to get something off my chest before we really get into the podcast.
Okay.
I hate people that cannot drive in apartments. In general. And it's not
Clarify.
Okay, so let's say you got an apartment that has one way in, one way out, right?
Okay.
And of course you got parking lot, you got, parking spots on both ends.
Okay.
You have individuals, rather stupid people, that seem like they have a big body Benz, or I wouldn't even say big body Benz, like they're driving a Lincoln Continental.
Just a big ass car.
Exactly. They act like they're driving a Lincoln Continental, but they're driving in like a small size Kia.
Don't disrespect the kids.
Okay, or a Sentra or something like that.
Okay.
A real small car, but they act like they need the center of the lane.
Yeah.
So, of course, for my work, I got my work truck and I got my regular car.
Yeah.
Normally when I'm going home in my work truck, they seem like they just want to take the center and I got to sit there and wait for them to figure out, I don't need that much space, and then they'll move over.
Wow.
And even when I'm like trying to turn into different areas to go where I normally park my either work van or car, even when they make turns, they seem like they need to make wide turns, like it's like they're street racing.
Yeah, like nobody else is coming and going.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
I just had to.
You want me to throw rocks at them?
Nah, I don't need any rocks, though. I just had to let that be known. So, if you are one of those individuals that drives like that in an apartment complex, I won't completely say screw you, but you probably need to retake some driving lessons.
Well, luckily it's not snowing. So if it was snowing, it'd be a whole other headache.
Yes, it would be. And I don't even want to face that headache
It's okay. We still love you. Even if you drive crazy. Even if you drive crazy, we still love you. So what's on your mind today?
It's been a lot between just work and trying to balance out personal life. It seems like now more than ever, if you are, I'll say, if you're an entrepreneur and you're still, you don't have all the time to focus, directly on your side hustle or side hustles, or, whatever you want to, whichever one you want to become your main thing, and trying to balance out with a regular work life, it gets very difficult to try to find a balance, because you want to put more focus in, what your passion is.
Okay.
But at the same time, your work or your job is still demanding certain things of you, especially if you are in an upper management position.
Of course.
So just trying to balance all that out and get that right balance, especially if you're transitioning or just starting or something to that effect. And yeah, it gets a little difficult. So that's been the main thing that I've been trying to figure out all this week. It's just like, okay, I need to make sure that I set time away to record, or I need to set time to make sure that I'm doing my marketing on social media, or
Yeah, I fell short on that. I'm not gonna lie.
Or when you got the many tasks provided to you by, your 9-to-5 job, just trying to balance that out. And especially with upper management, again, like supervisor and above, there really is no, you clock out. There is no clock out period. You're normally doing something, whether, you're at the office or you're at home. It's always something that you have to take care of. And again, it's just knowing when to shut that off and make time for, what you want to do.
I retired after 14 years. I was in management for 12 and a half of those years.
Mm-hmm.
I used to take conference calls in the car 9, 10 o'clock at night because of that.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. I'm not doing it no more. That hurt. What the stick that broke the camel's back was Ice Storm 2014. When they shut the tunnels down.
Yeah.
They actually pulled the doors closed.
Okay.
You didn't even know the tunnel had doors.
No, I did not.
Okay. They pulled the doors closed on the I-10 tunnel. Who's on the list for management to go and secure and check the building and make sure everything is good? I was. But guess who went? Not me. Absolutely not. 2 people got stranded in the building. They had to survive off of whatever was in the vending machine and water. 2 people. Both of them live in Pensacola. A mechanic and a driver. It was so fucking cold. Like, no, absolutely not. So, yeah, I understand. And sometimes you just have to know, I'm not by no means advocating for quitting, but sometimes you have to know how much you can take and what to delegate. Because if you're an upper level, there should be somebody below you, like a team lead, who you can say, hey, 1 or 2, these are the people that you're going to look after today. If your workload is low, check on them, help them out. Boom. That releases something for you for just a little bit. But, you know, I'm here to help if you need it. I can't do your work for you, though.
Dang, I was just getting ready to ask that, too.
That's why I am not in management anymore.
Yeah, management can be a burden, but boy, I swear, the day that the podcast and everything else, speaking of which, I forgot to get that out the way, and since we segue so easily into it, if you have not done so, please subscribe to our YouTube channel.
What's that YouTube channel, Addy?
I don't know yet, because Rich Trail's trying to get to 100 subscribers to actually name it.
It's Combos in the Park. That's how they find it.
They can search it by Combos in the Park.
Don't worry, y'all. He's heavily medicated. We'll get through this one.
Yes, you can search it by Combos in the Park, but we're trying to get to that 100 subscriber mark so we can actually edit and customize the name so it's easier to get to.
I'm going to take the steering wheel today, guys. Don't worry. Don't worry. He won't be tripping too much longer. He'll be sleeping in a minute. No worries. Okay, so let's get right in it.
Okay.
Today, I want to talk about double standards.
The double-edged sword, all right.
Whatever you want to say. Turn me up. Okay, so double standards have been a horrible practice in the world.
Yes, overall, yeah.
It's really a double standard. It's really a double standard when it comes to life. When it comes to gender roles in a relationship. Mm-hmm. That's some BS. You want me to tell you why?
Please do.
In my opinion.
Right.
I can only tell you by my opinion.
Of course.
I'm not in your head. Okay, so the definition of a double standard is a rule or principle which is unfairly applied in different ways to different people or groups. Okay? When you think about gender roles, prime example, relationships, male, female. I'm talking about a typical heterosexual relationship.
Okay.
We can get to the other stuff later. The man is supposed to provide, right?
Provide and protect, yeah.
Provide, protect, be the head of the house. The woman is supposed to be that support for the man, look after the house, take care of the kids, right? Mm-hmm. Why is it shunned on if a woman makes more money than the man does and he looks after the kids, or he cooks, he cleans, he takes and picks up the kids from school? Why is there a problem? But yet they're saying in the Black community, be there for your children. But yet, if he's making less money than his girlfriend, wife, baby mama, whomever whom he's living with, but yet he's an active participant in his child's life, why is there a problem? But yet, you're saying, be a father to your children.
Society.
Society plays a big role in it.
Society plays a big role in it because, and I think it's something that we've touched on just about every episode since we got into the Black Village series.
What, society?
Yes.
Society sucks.
Yeah. And society, tradition, everything that was passed down to us, that plays a big part in the way that we look at things. And, it's something that we try to, I for myself try to break out of that standard of, everything has to, it's the way it was and that's the way it's going to be. No, It doesn't have to be that way.
No.
The standards can be broke. The game changers, in society and life, or, the people that we look at, like Bill Gates.
Yeah. Warren Buffett. Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you got to buck the system in order to carve your own path. So
you do.
And even when it comes to relationships, we don't have to follow the standard.
No, we don't.
And even when it comes to, let's say if the baby father isn't, or the man, like you said, is not making as much as the woman. Okay, if it works for them, that, he stays at home or he takes care of the kids and she's the one, bringing in, but, he's doing his part.
Yeah.
Then so be it.
Yeah, I get it. And that's like when men who are in their sexual prime, they're the man. They players. Women of the same age group, whores, sluts. Why can't I enjoy sex as much as my counterpart does?
Right.
Why do I have to have such negative labels put upon me in order to enjoy the same thing? We can be two consenting adults. We can go into a room. We can do the do.
Yep.
We can come out at the exact same time. A group of people are going to say, oh, he the man. He got her. He bagged her. She a slut. She hit him. She hit him. She hit him. But he hit them same fucking people. And they get the ugly name, but yet he get the positive name. Yeah. But women do the same thing. It's a double standard when it comes to women. You and your group of women. Oh, girl, you got him? He a baller. You got him, bag him. He your trick. The next friend, oh, girl, you got him too? Yeah. Why? Why can't she be a slut? Why can't you call your homegirl a slut or a whore? Even if it's true, why? But that's just what's on my mind today.
Yeah. It's kind of like the Lori Harvey situation where...
Oh, God. Blessed be.
Yeah. Where, of course, men were looking at it like, oh, well, she getting around and all...
On to the streets.
Yeah. And the women were like, oh, she just doing her... She just living her best life. She has the right to do that. She ain't, attached with... quote unquote attached with anyone, she's not married to anyone. So yeah, she can do her thing. So I completely get it. But again, and a lot of this all falls back on society, tradition, the way that we look at it. And especially now with social media being so ingrained in everyone's life.
Yeah.
To where, if you are not flossing, the latest outfits, or, you not showing, a certain amount of money, you're not lit, as the younger kids would say.
I ain't studying it. I've never been one to follow trends.
Yeah.
Never. Me
neither.
If I was following trends, I would have had several children in their 20s by now. If I was following trends of what was going on when I was in middle school, early high school.
Right.
Negative. I got shit to do. And there's no offense to those who do. It's not for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Trends are just
temporary.
that. Very temporary. them suckers repeat themselves a lot. So just hang on. You missed the first one, catch the next one. So, I mean, it just depends on. But yeah, that's just what's on my mind today as far as the double standards. Because you got men who can have kids and be a single father and date.
Yeah.
And then you have women who can't do the same, who can be a single mother and can't necessarily date because of the flexibility. Most of the time, the mothers are the custodial parent.
Yeah.
Men have the flexibility of going in and out, per se.
Per se.
Yeah.
Per se. I would say to that. I would say to that a father that, well, let's just get it out the way. Okay, a baby daddy will be the one to step in and out. Mm-hmm. A legit father to their children, if he is the custodial, he won't do that. Yeah, he may find alternatives, or, he may lean more on his support system when it comes to certain things. Prime example, like for me, if I wanted to, per se, go on a date, then I would more likely reach out to my parents. Hey, I'm getting ready to go do this. Do y'all mind watching my kids for such and such time? Oh, sure. Bring them on over. Mm-hmm. Then, boom. Okay, I go on my date and then I go back, pick them up, and then, it's all said and done. But I just think that a father would do his part to do that, even if he was single and, trying to find a mate for himself. But
I'm not speaking of baby daddy or
father.
I'm just saying the male has a little bit more flexibility. If he wants to have happy hour at his house, he has more flexibility in his schedule to do so because he's not the custodial parent. But however, the custodial parent, which is more than likely the female, mm-hmm. doesn't necessarily have that unless she wants to have that activity around her children.
Yeah.
That's all that I'm saying.
Yeah.
And that's not, like I said, it's not shunning any single mother, single father. This is the shit that's just on my mind. If you want something that's on your mind to be discussed, then you can email me at missmvp@convosinthepark.com.
Or Park Bench at Convos in the Park.
Or Park Bench. Or hit us up at Convos in the Park on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube. Leave a comment.
Yeah.
So, what's on your mind? Is Charlie coming back? Hey guys, look, you remember a couple shows ago, I told you Charlie Chaplin was here. He's supposed to be back, but don't tell him.
Charlie is not coming back.
Charlie's back and he's breaking his back.
Charlie is not coming back because I have military stuff to do, and I don't need to look like I missed the spot anymore. I won't go. I was getting ready to say I don't need to miss a spot again. I just don't want to miss it anymore. But
speaking of Charlie Chaplin,
okay.
Did you see where Amazon hurried up and changed their logo because somebody said it looks like Hitler?
Yes, I did.
So the tape is kind of bent over a little bit. I'm like, man, people looking to cancel anything.
Yeah, that's like I seen.
Y'all better stop fucking with Amazon.
I seen on Facebook, and I just saw the headline on Facebook, and I don't take everything on Facebook for a grain of salt, because if I did, then I would probably be super cuckoo more than I am right now.
Down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, but I did see something. I should have researched it before the show, but I seen something that said they are quote unquote trying to cancel, but some of Dr. Seuss's books.
They are canceling 4 of Dr. Seuss's books because of the racist rhetoric that it has. Mm-hmm. One of them has something to do with like going to the zoo and the people actually look like monkeys. Mm. But this is back from like 1942. Yeah. This is not something that was published in the last. It wasn't something that was published in the last 2 to 3 years. So, Dr. Seuss's books are being pulled off the shelves and no longer published. But I haven't seen those books published in years.
Yeah. I mean, the main ones that you really see are going to be Green Eggs and Ham, Horton Hears a Who, pretty much the majority of the Cat in the Hat series, and whichever book had one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish.
Look at you reciting them.
Well, when you read it and you grew up on Dr. Seuss, I mean, most kids that grew up on Dr. Seuss, you're going to remember something out of it. But yeah, just for me to see that in my timeline, and people were saying that they cancel culture. No, it's not really canceling Dr. Seuss. I mean, it's just, we got to adapt to the times. Yeah, we can have certain things that kind of remind us, but I mean, they don't need to be prevalent all the time.
Exactly. We want to have the history, but like you said, you don't want to put it in our face all the time. Like you don't see books of the Holocaust posted everywhere, but we know it's there. You know what I'm saying? So, but the 4 books that were canceled are If I Ran a Zoo.
Never heard of that.
And to think that I saw it on Mulberry Street. That's a racist book. And On Beyond Zebra and Mr. Elliot's Pool, I think. Elgott's Pool. I can't say it. It's small. But yeah, it's the New York Times has an article on that. Okay. That it's the Mulberry Street one is about an Asian man he doesn't have eyes. He just has a line for an eye. But that's what he saw, you know what I'm saying, back then. Because Dr. Seuss, he came to New York in 1936 from Europe. Yes, they saw Asian people, but not that many. You just going by what you see. And he is the author. He is not the illustrator. So the illustrator is the one who has the creative control over the pictures. Not necessarily the story. Yeah,
not over the story. But, I mean, at the end of the day, if you got someone illustrating, don't you... And, again, not trying to give Dr. Seuss, a freebie. But at the end of the day, if there's something going on in your book, and, again, you could probably speak to this for,
my business. But go ahead. You're fine.
But, yeah, I mean, if this illustrator is, making these pictures... Don't you think that Dr. Seuss would probably have the final say-so? Or would it be the book's publisher that would probably have the final say-so?
This is in 1942.
Yeah.
Publishers did not care how they offended any other race at that time. So they were just trying to get the stories out.
Right, but again, I'm just thinking of it. I guess my error in this is thinking of it current and not as it was back then. But even then, I still would think that if Dr. Seuss wasn't, I guess you could say, quote unquote, racist or anything like that, that if he saw those caricatures and for his shows, I mean, not for shows, for his books, that he would probably say something.
I don't think Dr. Seuss was racist at all because his books are very colorful.
Yeah.
I think that they were just trying to vividly put a picture in the child's eye, how children would look at something.
Yeah.
Now, the one, If I Ran a Zoo, I did not read that one or see anything on it, but nevertheless, you understand.
Yeah. So what else is on your mind, Miss MVP?
Okay, so I text you a link. About a versus that coming up.
Yes.
How excited did you get?
The idea of it is good, but here's my recent thing with versus. As much as I love the chef and Ghostface, I love Wu. Always been down. I always thought that.
Those of you who are lost, he's talking about Raekwon and Ghostface Killer.
Yes. I love Ray. I love Ghost. I love Meth. I love Jizz. I love Genius.
Genius is a genius.
So, I love them for their lyrical content, and that they will always be some of my top lyricists, hands down. And just to have that many in one conglomerate is amazing. But
by the way, the Clan, Method Man said that he is working on a Clan reunion.
That would be dope.
That'd be dope.
That would be dope. But even if Raekwon and Ghostface did decide to do the verses, for them to be like that and as close as they are, and as many classes that they worked on together, it wouldn't be a versus. It would be it would be like a celebration.
Well, you know that D'Angelo did a versus, but it was like D'Angelo and Friends. Because can't nobody compete with D'Angelo. Shut your mouth! I will kick you in your knee. Who? We got time.
I think Maxwell will probably give him a good run.
Negative.
Maxwell, music.
No. Maxwell and music could probably go hand in hand. But D'Angelo, the Black Messiah, he's in a whole different. We're going to have to talk about this off air. This is a whole... Okay, we're going to talk about this off air. We're going to get this and we're going to come back. This is going to be a bonus episode. We're going to come back to this. Keep going. Yeah, we're going to have to... Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But the way that, at least from the way that I see that versus is going, I think they're kind of stepping out of the whole versus realm right now.
Ain't nobody else to compete, just like ain't nobody go up against Bun B.
We've had this discussion.
Exactly.
We're not gonna go back
exactly. Ain't nobody. I'm sorry for screaming. Ain't nobody. Shit.
We ain't going back there. But, I mean, they could probably get more. It's just that some of the people that that most fans would probably love to see just don't want to do it. Like me, myself, and you know how I am about hip hop and everything. I would love just for the culture to see a Jay-Z and Nas versus live on stage. I would love to see it.
No.
But I know it's not going to happen because Jay-Z's not in that realm to where he would probably do that at this moment. He has his focus on other things.
Yes.
So, but, you know, I think with the way that their run is getting limited, you know, they have to find a way to evolve it. But the way that I see it happening...
I'm finna give you a versus.
Okay, let me get this point out then. We get to that. But the way that I see that versus is trying to evolve, it's going to have to take the world being open for them to do
like a live one.
Based on what I saw or the little I did see of D'Angelo and Friends.
I ain't see it.
It seems like, you know, and especially with it being an Apollo and everything else, it seems like what they're trying to set up for is live performances and everything else, which again would be great, but you can, you have still kind of quote unquote branded verses, but it would be, I guess they would have to rename, you know, the series after it because again, it's not to the point. It's not one artist versus another. It's like one artist in celebration of another artist, which is fine, but again, just based off the way versus started in the beginning. And versus got us through the pandemic pretty much.
Yeah.
So I just think that the way that they need to run it and probably the way that I see it evolving, yes, something else is going to have to change because you're not going to get the same loadout. I won't say the same viewership and everything else again because the world is starting to open back up slowly but surely in some areas. So, you know, no one's going to be, you know, stuck in the house just waiting to see versus on Apple TV or Instagram, you know, live.
I get what you're saying, but that is, you saying taking the world and it taking the world to open back up. But that's just another concert.
Yeah. Which is all, which again, based on what I saw with D'Angelo and Friends, I think that's the way that they're going. It's going to end up being a concert series.
I would like to see Stokely Williams and Raphael Sadiq go up against each other. I would like to see Mint Condition and Tony go up against each other. I would like to see New Edition and Boys II Men go up against each other. The master and the protege. Mr. Miyagi and Danielson. Come on now.
Yeah.
No. Go ahead. I'm gonna drink my tea. It's no tequila here.
You know who I would love to see just sitting here thinking about it and you started just naming names? I would like to see SWV and Total go at it.
I can see that.
I would like CSWV and Total go at it.
I can see that.
Or I would even say
I'm still with Lion Queen. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
Sean Paul and Shaba.
Sorry, guys. That's the medication kicking in.
What, Sean Paul and Shaba Ranks?
How many hits can you name off Shaba? Give me 5.
I can't think of none directly, but I mean, I'm pretty sure.
And there's no offense to the island people. I'm sorry. Don't bite me. Don't fight me. Don't cut me.
Just because we haven't heard it doesn't mean that Shaba still isn't putting out work, you know?
He did great as Sebastian live for The Little Mermaid. I was excited to see him. Oops. But yeah, that'll be something good. Have you seen the I don't remember the name of it, the Biggie movie on Netflix?
I got a story to tell. No, I haven't seen it yet, and it's something that is definitely on my list. I'll probably will watch it a little bit later.
I know what that meant. Well, they said that it was really good. It's on my queue to watch it.
Yeah, from what I heard, it's not the predictable Biggie story that you think, would just be, oh, well, his focus as a kid all the way up to his, signing of the deal. Because, I mean, we've got that in plenty of documentaries, and we got a whole movie about it. So yeah. I'm glad that they, from what I've heard, went the route of just focusing on his early childhood. In Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy, Fort Greene area, which I am, that was where I was kind of born and raised at. So yeah, just to see that environment again, back as it originally was before pre-gentrification Brooklyn started to happen.
So I've heard.
I would be glad to see that.
So the way that the Netflix story, they say they portray it as as going back to some roots. I believe his mom is from Jamaica. Maybe? Yeah. Okay, so it goes back as far as that.
Okay.
So it starts at the beginning. And like you said, up until he was late teen, we have everything from that up until death. But you don't have anything where he met Kim, started rapping, how him and Diddy became friends, how him and Diddy became as close as they were, and how it all started. Like how old he was when his ex got pregnant with his oldest daughter, and it's the beginning, kind of like how Star Wars tells the end of the story, then they go back 17 movies and tell you the beginning. This is how this is. Okay. Yes, I said Star Wars.
There's nothing wrong with Star Wars.
No.
I'm a Star Wars fan.
Definitely.
As much as people may have a big disdain for the sequel trilogy, I don't think all of them were that bad. Yes, I have my dislikes or my particular things that I did not like about the Rise of Skywalker and The Last Jedi, but I thought The Force Awakens was a great one, and I don't speak much on the prequel trilogies at all.
Oh, I left my toy. I gotta get my sound effect. Anyway.
But since we're, talking about movies and shows and stuff, I will highly recommend for anyone that has not, go ahead and watch WandaVision, the last episode.
Wanda crazy as hell.
Last episode came out Friday, so yeah, I would definitely, and I've already taken a look at it. It wraps up a lot of the questions that I had throughout the series. It still of course, is going to, leave some open. Because again, with the Marvel Cinematic Universe and everything that they have tied into it, one thing, leads into another, which I think is one of the best things that they've done for their franchise in general.
Okay.
Because because if you follow one thing, it kind of makes you want to go and see the other things just to see, one, how they connect, and two, what red herrings they're going to give out, that hooks.
Yes.
And hooks you into the next one. So, but yeah, if you are a fan of Marvel Cinematic Universe, if you know anything about Scarlet Witch and Vision and stuff like that, I would highly recommend.
And this is the last episode that aired?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I can watch it now.
Yeah, I would definitely give WandaVision a chance. And for those that, may not have gotten the whole sitcom steal, and the way that they kind of framed it in the first couple episodes, if you could make it past the first two, like, it becomes a roller coaster ride after that, and you start to see the pattern on why they set it up that way and everything else. So yeah,
I can watch it now.
Would be great.
Okay, so since we're still talking about movies,
okay,
Coming to America.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that came out. Came out March 5th as well.
So go and borrow somebody's Amazon password, or get you a free trial. 30 days. But yeah, it came out, Coming to America 2. And those who don't know, is the African monarch Akeem learns that he has a long lost son in the United States and must return to America to meet his unexpected heir and build a relationship with his son, which is gonna be crazy because I don't recall him having any sexual relations with anybody but the one who he married.
Yeah, but again, that's just from what we know.
That's just what we know. Not to say that he didn't have any sexual relations with anybody in his country, and then they moved here. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's gonna be on Amazon. It's an Amazon original movie. So yeah.
Yeah, because
we discussed that this morning. I thought it was HBO Max.
If I'm sitting back and thinking about some of the interactions that Akeem had during Coming to America, yeah, I probably would have got them twins impregnated.
You almost got tea spewed all over you. Not the twins. Okay. So you got Eddie Murphy as Prince Akeem, Arsenio Hall as Simi, Morris, Reverend Brown, Baba, Prince Akeem. Eddie Murphy's Prince Akeem, Clarence Saw, Randy Watson. You got
Sexual chocolate.
Sexual chocolate. You got James Earl Jones. You got
Let them wait.
You're so stupid.
I'm talking to my son.
Oh, I didn't know Morgan Freeman was in there. He's playing him. He's playing himself.
Okay.
Wesley Snipes, some other people.
Leslie Jones.
Yeah, Jermaine Fowler, Rotimi. He is so cute. Louis Anderson, Leslie Jones. Oh, Trevor Noah is in there.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, support is very star-studded. You got Tracy Morgan is in there also, and he did an interview. Don't remember who it was, but he was like, they felt like they owed it to Eddie to do this, and I'm like, that's respect. I understand that.
Yeah, but even speaking to
and Vanessa Bell Calloway, she's in there because
Oh, they brought. Okay, good.
Because she got turned down.
But as much as everyone, all the hype was coming up about Coming to America. The one thing that we have to stop doing, I think, in general, is holding everything to the expectations, especially after for so long.
Yeah, you're right.
Because I think, we were speaking about this a little bit off mic, but, even with as great as Coming to America was, in the way that we see it, it wasn't a quote unquote classic when it was released.
Yeah.
People still loved it, but it wasn't, but as time grew and generations, of course, started watching it, and you start to have that nostalgia feel for it. And of course, I'm pretty much sure that they're going to bite tooth and nail to, kind of tug on those nostalgia emotions throughout the movie. But, we can't go into it thinking, it's going to be just as great. One, the actors have seasoned themselves a little bit more.
They got old.
Times have changed.
They're not as hungry.
Yeah, that, and not even just to the hunger, but you got to think the landscape of comedy has changed a great deal.
Well, that's
from the time that that the original was released.
But I'm going through this cast list.
Yeah.
It's a lot of folks in this movie.
Right.
No, Salt and Pepper is in this movie.
Okay.
Rick Ross is in this movie. Yeah, keep looking.
Okay. Not just,
He's plays the Nexadorian commander.
Okay.
So you got Perry Zulu Jr., Graciela Bouvier, Jamie Foxx's girlfriend. Her. She's
Garcelle
Bouvier, I think. It's her.
Bouveau or something like that, yeah.
In Vogue is in this movie. Gladys Knight is in this movie. John Legend. You want me to keep going?
No.
Okay. It's a lot of people in this movie, and that's just Dikembe Mutombo.
No.
Not in my house.
No.
I am so sorry for screaming, y'all. Oh my God. Look, y'all just don't know. I was a Mutombo fan and I live for that commercial. I literally, when I'm feeling bad, I go and find that damn commercial. No. Not in my house. Tall ass. But yeah, this is a very star-studded movie. Of course, you got, he lists the cast for the dancers and all that other good stuff, the singers, and it's a lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot of people. So yeah, go and support the movie.
Yes, yeah, at least support it.
At least watch it, because this one is definitely for the culture. That's just like if Harlem Nights was to come out with a part 2, which I'm for. If Crooklyn was to come out, no. I'm for.
Harlem Nights, no, we don't need a sequel. We don't.
We can get a prequel.
I wouldn't even want a prequel.
We can get a spinoff then. Call it Atlantic City.
I wouldn't even want a spinoff. Like, and I get it, a lot of these movies are favorites, but at the end of the day, some just need to live where they are. And I'm not saying, I'm not saying this for coming to America. I'm just saying in general, like Harlem Nights was a gem as much as it was.
It definitely is a gem.
I don't think it needs a sequel. Yeah. I think it just, it ended.
It ended great.
The way it needed to end.
They drove off in the night.
Yeah.
So what about Crooklyn? I'm for it.
I could see Crooklyn, but like
Tori beating their ass with that stick. Yeah, I'm for it.
I could see Crooklyn possibly getting a sequel, but like, yeah, if we don't need another, shoot, I just had it in my head. The first Spike, not the first Spike Lee, not She's Gotta Have It, but I can't even think of the main movie right now. But yeah, certain movies in general, I think just lay where they are. We relive the moments. We don't need a sequel for someone to tug on the nostalgia emotions that we have just to make some more money, and it ends up being super
Were you
horrible.
thinking about School Days?
No, not School Days.
Do the Right Thing.
Do the Right Thing, okay. Yes. That's what I was thinking of. Do the Right Thing. I don't know why that couldn't pop in my head. I guess it is the medication.
Now he agrees. He's heavily medicated.
Did I ever deny it?
I said nothing. I said nothing at all. But I agree. Some things shouldn't be touched.
Yeah.
There's like certain songs should never be remade. Some definitely need a remake. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, and like certain albums shouldn't have a sequel. And as much as I am a Jay-Z fan,
Blueprint.
Yes,
Reasonable Doubt.
We didn't. No, Reasonable Doubt never had a sequel.
No, I said never to be touched again.
Oh yeah, Reasonable Doubt. Yeah, that should never. Yeah, leave it as it is. That one. But yeah, we didn't really need Blueprint 2.
But it wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad, but you did notice how quick Blueprint 2.1 came out.
Now that one I did notice.
Not even that long after Blueprint 2 came out. Blueprint 2.1 with a more condensed version, which, I mean, I get it. The double disc was starting to come back, in a big way during that time. And a lot of artists were going back for that format. But yeah, some artists just shouldn't touch it. And as much as I love Jay, as much as I love Hov, yeah, we didn't need Blueprint 2. Blueprint 2.1 was good enough for me, and then we moved on to Blueprint 3, and we got a bunch of other classics out of him. But yeah, some things shouldn't be touched. But Redman, if you ever listen to this podcast, whenever you come out with Muddy Waters 2, I'll be there for it. You just need to hurry up and come out with it. You've been talking about it for the longest. Just come out with it, because Muddy Waters, the original Muddy Waters was That was my favorite album. That was one of my favorite albums of 1990. I think it was 8 that it came out. And but
I'm laughing because I follow him on Twitter, on my personal Twitter account.
Yeah.
And he is fucking hilarious.
He's hilarious, yeah.
He said, he tweeted us on something. What you motherfuckers doing this morning? I was like, damn. That's aggressive. It was like 5 o'clock. Damn. But Muddy Waters came out in 96.
Okay. So, it was 96. But yeah, that was one of my favorite albums of 96. But yeah, some people, I think some, like we were saying, some albums just need a sequel because of the caliber of that person. And some just need to stay where they are. But
so Redman set to release Muddy Waters 2 spring of 2021. No official dates.
Spring of 2021. Okay.
So couple weeks.
Yeah.
Supposedly, but he may change his mind.
He may change his mind.
The day it's supposed to come out.
Because I was showing enough on Google Play. Well, before Google Play got shut down, but I was on Google Play, and that's where I normally got my music. But I was waiting. I was like, ooh, new Redman joint. And then it said the 3P. I was like,
Muddy Waters 2, Even Muddier.
That's going to be the full name of it?
Yeah. Okay. According to this, that's the mixtape, Even Muddier.
Oh, okay. Mixtapes. Where did mixtapes go?
They're still there. They're still there.
Yeah, but I mean, they're just the feeling behind a mixtape, I guess, more so. Because now it seems like every mixtape is an album. And yeah, I get it. We're in the streaming era. You don't get the same feel for mixtapes. But boy, do I miss the prime of the mixtape era. Where you just found, you just happen to go somewhere. You go to mom and pop store or something, or you see somebody out in the street. Hey, I got that latest Jadakiss mixtape. I got that latest, whoever mixtape. 50 Cent mixtape.
I do miss his mixtape. Aww.
The Champ is Here series, yeah.
The nostalgia kicked in. Aww.
And like I said, I just miss that mixtape era because you got some great music out of some of those mixtapes. Like Royce, we got the Bar Exam series, and Joe Budden, we had the Move music series.
You ain't say it right. Joe Budden, thank God.
We had Jadakiss, The Champ is Here.
The Champ is here.
No. And of course, Fab with his series, but yeah, he's still going strong with the mixtapes.
Yeah, Fabulous. He's always gonna be on the mixtape. I think he gets a little bit more enjoyment because it's not structured.
Yeah,
he can mixtapes is when you feel it. You know what I'm saying? Like you're in that vibe, you're in that zone, you feel it. It's kind of like writing. Mm-hmm. If I'm writing, I'm in my zone. I got 6 notebooks with me. I'm carrying my backpack. I'm on my phone. I got my laptop with me in the car. If I feel it, I'm pulling over. Or I pull it out and I record what I got to say so I can write it down later. So it's a zone. But when you're doing an album, it's just, okay, I know I need to put a project out in the next year.
Yeah.
And you write it as you feel. You get in the studio as you feel. So I can understand the enjoyment of mixtape because you're like, damn, I like that beat. And then you do what you got to do over that beat, and then you carry on about your life. But with the album, that's your baby.
Yes.
The album is your baby. The mixtape is the after hours. You know what I'm saying? That's the after hours spot. You kick it, you do what you want to do. 6, 7 people could be on one song. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you do what you got to do. But I enjoyed DJ Drama's mixtape.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
All of them.
The affiliates.
All of them. All of them. Especially with BG. Oh, my God. Yes, that's the Southern girl coming out of me, baby.
Yeah. For me, it was mainly, if it wasn't
Hollygrove.
If it wasn't a Clue mixtape I was listening to, it was a K-Slay mixtape. Funk Flex had a couple, but yeah, it was mainly Clue and K-Slay that I listened to as far as mixtapes back in the early mid 2000s.
I couldn't go nowhere without my gangster grill. I don't care what you say. Gangsta greasy. I don't care what you say. Me and the Cutlass, baby, we were in there.
Oh boy, yeah. And speaking of gangster grills, man, I still remember to this day, and it brings up a vibe anytime the song comes on. All right, just to set why it's going like this. I was in Oki.
Okay.
And well, for those that don't know Okinawa, Japan, but yeah, stationed in Oki and
drinking root beer.
No. No, I was actually on my way. We was actually me and a bunch of my buddies. We was on our way to the PX to go shop for something. So one of my buddies that ended up getting a mixtape shipped to him, and of course we were in the car and he started playing it. First song that comes on, Ludacris, Georgia.
Oh God. I'm finna see if I can find that one.
Just the way that song opens up and then the way that Ludacris just starts going, everybody in the car was going berserk. We was like, whoa, was that Ludacris? Play that back from the beginning. I don't think we played like the first 30 seconds of that song, like back to back for like 5 minutes before we even got out the car to go shop and listen to the song in full. Because, man, yeah, I mean, just getting that kind of stuff off of mixtapes, like you cannot.
Georgia. We're gonna go play a few seconds. All right. That was less than 30 seconds, Lucas. You can't sue it. Yeah. Okay. But yeah. Baby, Field Mob was great.
Very. You know what?
Underrated.
Yes, very underrated. I was having a conversation with somebody, of course, with one of my fellow hip-hop aficionados, but there was so many groups that were underrated. Field Mob was underrated.
Yes.
A lot of people may not know about them, but Camp Lo was so underrated.
Oh yeah.
Lucchini and Black Nostalgic and Cooley High. Yeah, they were on their own. They were underrated. They were on their own level, own galaxy before anyone else.
Wow. Yeah. I'm sitting here looking at Field Mob's album, and I remember Light Poles and Pine Trees. Ashy the Classy.
Yep, Sick of Being Lonely.
Sick of Being Lonely. That was a single, though. It wasn't.
No, it was on From the Root to the Tooth, I think.
Oh, okay. But yeah, it's very underrated. Very underrated.
Yeah, and I still remember it was one of the songs that Field Mob had on the when Ludacris put out the DTP compilation album.
Ludacris was the man for about 8 years strong.
Yeah. Yeah, but and speaking of which, I know you're not into rap as much as I am, or hip hop as much as I am.
Okay, we'll go with hip hop. I do like rap. No, it's a difference. But those of you who do not know,
but since we kind of talked about Luda and the runs, who do you think, in your opinion, had one of the best runs in rap? Because Luda had an amazing run from what was that, from 02 to
Lil Wayne
to 06. Well, I should have known that.
But I'm a Southern girl.
Yeah.
So all of my music from Swisher House, Chopped and Screwed, it drives people crazy out west to listen to Chopped and Screwed. They don't understand it.
Yeah.
It's a culture that's just like when you listen to
like Go-Go from DC or House from, well, not House, but New Orleans people gonna kill me.
Bounce music?
Yeah.
He's a Yankee, y'all. Just hanging there. But yeah, so Swisher House.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yep.
Bounce music in New Orleans. Love it. I'm right here. We got very good music in Mobile.
Yeah.
Very good rappers. One of the rappers that came out of here, what's his name?
Rich Boy?
Rich Boy, but we're talking about him. I was talking about Mr. Big.
Oh, yeah.
Rest in peace, Mr. Big. Like, you put that song on, baby, move out the way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, Georgia, Florida's right there. Florida had a lot of rap, but they had more pop music. Like Luke, Flo Rida, T-Pain. They were always pop, but they were pop hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, you got the East Coast border type thing. And then you got Memphis, Tennessee rappers. So I'm that Southeast.
Ball and G.
Space age pimpin'. But you gotta I gotta respect that. That's where I'm from. So I'm always gonna lean more towards that.
Yeah.
But if I go out to the West Coast, I don't care what nobody say. Pac ain't dead. I love Pac, even though he was born and raised in New York and moved out west. He was a West Coast rapper. That's where he got his shine at. So
yeah,
I understand his music, but for the longest run, as far as keeping up with yearly music, I'm going to have to be biased and say Lil Wayne, only because we're around the same age. And when he first hit the scene, bling bling, I'm there. I saw that growth from them little bitty braids to the bleached twigs he got now. I've seen it all. You know what I'm saying? So I've seen him change.
Yeah.
I've seen him rap and cry on music. I've heard Reginae's name from the time that she was born to now. So, I mean, I would say he has the longest run. You can deny it.
No, I'm not going to deny it. No.
But I'm only talking about Southern.
Yeah.
So, it's all I know.
No, of course. Yeah, salute to Wayne, because, Wayne was great. But as far as runs for me, I gotta go with Hove again. Hove had one hell of a run. From the time that Life of My Time, Volume 2. Mm-hmm. When that dropped from Volume 2 all the way up until he came out with the Black Album.
Okay.
Like, that was a run. Like, Jay-Z, during that time, he had summers on lock.
I liked his live MTV Unplugged album. That was pretty straight too.
Yes, I love that too.
That was pretty dope.
Yeah. Hove had one hell of a run, and again, just like how you say with Wayne, like even though Hove is, I think maybe is a 10-year gap between us as far as age, but from the time that he came out, well, I won't say from the time he came out because he came out in that almost late 80s, early 90s. But from the time that Reasonable Doubt came out up until then, like I followed everything. So,
but the Blueprints came out after Reasonable Doubt.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the Blueprints though.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm saying from Life of Times of Sean Carter, Volume 2.
Okay.
From that period.
Okay.
On till up until the Black Album, I think was his best run. Because he had everything locked down by then. And of course, I mean, not just him, but Rockefeller had the
demise.
Yeah, but when they were hot, they had the whole industry locked down.
I was a fan of the Hard Knock Life one.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Hard Knock Life.
Okay.
Yeah, from that album on,
okay,
up until the Black Album came out.
So Reasonable Doubt came out first.
Yep.
And then it was In My Lifetime Volume 1.
Yep.
Volume 2, Hard Knock Life.
Yep.
Life and Time with Sean Carter.
Yeah, that was 3. Yeah,
that was 3.
Mixed up. Yeah,
that was in '99. That was a good year for music.
That was Big Tippin' era too.
That was it. Yeah, that's when him and Robert were buddies.
I try to think. Well, I can't. Best of Both Worlds one was.
You know what?
Was good.
No, I'm not going to talk about that. We'll talk about that off. I'm not going to backtrack my thoughts. The Dynasty, the Blueprint, the Blueprint 2, The Gift and the Curse, the Black Album, Kingdom Come, American Gangsters. I think that's the only one I didn't really listen to.
American Gangster?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was more of a soundtrack.
Yeah, but as much as I don't I kind of like Kingdom Come, but it was like once American Gangster came out, I think that's when we got the rebirth of Sean Carter again.
And then he retired again.
Yeah.
And then the Blueprint 3 came out and then he retired again. Then the Holy Grail came out and then he finally retired. And then he came out with a couple.
Then he came out with 444.
And then he came out, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Then he came out some more and then he retired again. Like, nigga, just say you taking a break. Stop retiring like Cher. I'm on my last concert tour. And then 6 months later, I'm on my last concert tour.
Well, that was like short. Too short. Too Short was kind of, screaming at retirement.
I think he finally retired because Too Short is finally a daddy. He has no kids up until now. He was really living his pimping.
Yeah.
Y'all better wear condoms. Better wear condoms. But yeah, I like Short too. But yeah. So you saying Jay-Z had a long run?
Yeah.
I say Lil Wayne, Ludacris.
Yeah, Ludacris.
But I mean, for
T.I. and Fifth. Yeah. They had some good runs too.
I'm not speaking about T.I. at the moment. I'm just I'm a little
musically.
Okay. I'm a little upset with that, but
I get that one. Yeah.
For about 10 to 12 years, the South had a hook on the music.
Yeah. Yes. Cannot deny that.
From like, I want to say maybe 98 to maybe 2010-ish, but definitely 2006.
I would say you start to see the South rise more in 96.
Yeah.
From 96, 98, because I think that was around I want to say more particularly 98, because that's when, 96, whenever AT-Aliens came out. That's when you really started to see it. And then, of course, you had Goody Mob. And I mean, of course, not to dismiss Ball and G and UGK and everyone else. But I think around the era, then once P and No Limit and Cash Money got into the scene, then it was just like it was dominant. And then right after that, Atlanta came and picked up the reins quickly after that period was over for Cash Money.
I don't think it was over for Cash Money. I think they couldn't hold it together with just Wayne.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Juvie was older.
Yeah.
And BG had got locked up.
Yeah, and Juvie was gone. And Manny Fresh was starting to depart as well during that time.
Yeah.
Right towards the end.
Yeah, so I think they just couldn't. Baby tried to hold it together, but he just couldn't hold it together. So I don't think that they lost it. I just think that it wasn't enough rappers that they groomed to hold it together.
Yeah. Because I think that was Kelly that signed Boo and Gotti, but I thought they were with Young Money, Cash Money at the time too. And then they tried to get Mystical when he when he came back.
He's supposed to be in town soon.
Yeah, they tried to pick up Mystical, which that Torrential album, that was his last post Cash No Limit album that he came out with. I like that one, but
that guy, he lost it. He lost it all.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
speaking of Mystical had a pretty good run too. I mean, it wasn't as long as everyone else we've been mentioning, but it was a good run for what it was worth.
A commercial. It was decent.
Yeah.
It was decent. I think of Mystical the same way I think of Future. Like, nobody's gonna buy your album, but if you get on a joint with somebody, then you make it hype. It's kind of like both of them are like the Dennis Rodman of rap. Like, the team is good, but they need a rebound man. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
They need a closer, and that's the closer for the song.
I can understand that, but if we're really talking about closers, we cannot talk about closer without talking about Bus.
Shout Shout out to Busta Rhymes. Busta is getting his sexy bag. He said, screw y'all. He lost all that weight. He got that muscle. The dragon is out, baby. Let him come.
Yeah, Busta is one of the best closers in hip hop, period.
That man, him. I would like to see Busta and Twista go at it.
That would be interesting.
You better slow that shit down because you ain't been understand nothing.
No, you just gotta have a certain ear for it. That's all it is.
I like Bust
because I like Bone Thugs where it was more harmonizing with Busta and Twista and Twista in particular. They can rap that fast, but if you truly listen, he does not slang one thing out. Everything is... Who
you talking about, Twista?
Twista, yeah.
Yeah, he says all his words. He has the Guinness Book of Records. He has the record holder because they had him say something. I want to say maybe it was the First Amendment or maybe it was the Star Spangled Banner or something like that. It was... I'll have to look it up and get it back to you, but they had him do it and then they literally had to slow it down and make sure they highlighted every word. And he got every word.
Yeah.
Every word. But yeah, Busta Rhymes, Mr. Trevor George Smith Jr.
Wow.
Yes, I said it.
Put the man's
his whole government name. Yeah, he a lot of people don't know he's a Jamaican American rapper.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that, but you gotta do your history. But I like Bust. I would like to see Twista and Bust.
Yeah.
I can go for that one.
Yeah.
Timberland, Swiss.
They've already done it. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see where you're going to. Again, medication. Sorry.
God. Get in the back seat. You can't ride a shotgun right now. Oh, no. Oh, Lord Jesus, help me. Okay. Next.
Oh, I cannot talk about them too without saying Tech Nine as well. Tech Nine is very well at spitting very fast and being able to, you can enunciate and, well, you can hear everything that he's saying and it won't sound like gibberish.
Tech Nine. I don't think I've heard anything from him. Okay, so Twista is the world's fastest rapper. He is best known for his chopper style of rapping. For once holding the title of fastest rapper in the world, according to the Guinness World Records in '92, being able to pronounce 598 syllables, 55 seconds. Ooh. I can't talk that fast. Listen, this is when my true Southern come out. Alabama, Texas. We talk slow.
Yeah.
Bless her heart.
Bless your heart.
Bless your heart. Look, 598 syllables in 55 seconds. Now, I can read fast, but talk that fast? Shit. Okay. Have a plate full of spit in front of you. I can't talk that fast.
Actually, there is a song. I need to look it up, but I know for sure it has Twister, Busta, Tech Nine, and I forgot who else has it. I think it's called Choppers. I think it's Chopper Worldwide. I believe it is Chopper Worldwide.
Oh, Eminem holds a record.
For what?
He holds a Guinness World Record for the most words rapped in a single hit. The record came from 2013 when he released Rap God that packed 1,560 words in a song and at 6 minutes and 4 seconds.
Forgot about Rap God, yeah.
That also translates to an average of 4.28 words per second.
Yeah, the song by Tech Nine is called Worldwide Choppers. I knew it was something.
Oh, okay.
There. Yeah, it's called Worldwide Choppers. It has Busta Rhymes, Yellow Wolf.
I like Yellow Wolf.
Do They Twisted Insane, I believe. Man. Yeah, but yeah, it's a lot of them, and they go on that chopper style, and it is, it's amazing.
I've never heard of Outsider, but he has a record also. He's a Korean rapper. Ooh, I bet that's funny. I bet that's funny. I mean, I don't know if it's in Korean or English.
If it's English, right.
But either one is funny, especially if he has an accent. I don't care. Shit. So Tech Nine does have a record. He spits words at 11 and a half seconds per second. And Get Off Me.
Okay.
Twisted Insane. Did you name him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's on Worldwide Choppers.
Busta Rhymes, released Breaking Neck, yeah. It contains 768 words in 3 minutes and 51 seconds. God damn. That translates to spitting out 3.32 words per second. But that is not the only song where he has rapped the fastest. He's packed 12.8 syllables per second in the lyrics. Hello. Don't make no damn sense.
That's skill.
Make no damn sense. So, like I said, Twister, Busta Rhymes, next verses. Don't quote me on that. Because that ain't in the books. Mm-mm. But yeah. What else on your mind today?
I think that's it.
He's heavily medicated. Those of you who have sinus issues, I sympathize with you. I do, but I don't. I have sinus issues, but my sinus issues are not as bad as that. And I pray for you all.
Yeah, it's I hate whenever the seasons, or I won't even say seasons, but
no, you can't.
But the temperatures, whew, especially here lately, where it was like you wake up and it's 43, it's 45 degrees. Before it even hits 9 o'clock, it switches to 60, and then it gets hot. And then next thing you know, it goes back to cooling temperature. Then it's like, y'all are not giving my sinuses any chance to breathe, and I'm constantly taking medicine. I think I've said it. I think I told myself before that if there was a way where I could just cut my sinuses out, I would go ahead and do that.
They have surgeries for that, but I think you have to have it like every year or every other year or something like that.
Yeah, I'm not trying to go that far. I'm trying to find a permanent solution.
I'm sorry. So what are your plans for the weekend? I got to catch up on my Tiny Desk series. Jack Harlow got one. Kirk Franklin got one.
Rick Ross just put one out not so long ago.
Yeah, I'm going to watch 2 Chainz. He got one. So yeah, I'm going to watch my Tiny Desk series.
Weekend for me will be, military duty. So, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you. But yeah, I'll be doing that. That'll be the biggest thing on my plate this weekend. And again, just getting back to trying to get my mind state right to where I can focus on my 9 to 5 until Collins in the Park decides that, we can be bigger and get to where we want to be, and I can sustain my life pretty well off of this. So until then,
my life.
Until then, 9 to 5 has to take a little bit more precedence.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, but I hate it a little bit because, again, doing the stuff for Collins in the Park is where I get to show my creativity a bit. And I don't get to show it as much at my job because, again, I'm leading guys. And the only creativity I can get as much is in the methods that I try to get them to perform well.
I got some ideas. I'll give you some toolage of stuff that I've used. Because, I had like 90-some guys under me at one time. Not in the freaky sense, but you get it. I get it. But your mental health tip for the day is exercise. It seems simple to say, but those of you who may not have any type of gym equipment or whatever, if you have access to the outside world and you can get around and move around, go and walk. And you don't have to walk far. Just far enough to untether yourself to whatever location you're at. At my previous job, I would just get up from my desk. I'll send a message to a couple people. Hey, what are you doing? You want to go for a walk real quick? And we'll just go walk. Right. We had a circle that we around the fountain, and we just go walk. Maybe 2 or 3 laps and then just go back. You will be surprised how untethering yourself will make you feel. I go and walk up and down my street. I live in a cul-de-sac. So I hit that. Me and my sister in the afternoon, we do about 3 laps whenever she ain't complaining. And we do it. Or even if I don't feel like going that far, I'll hit the driveway a couple times. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And Knock it out just to give your brain something else to look to.
Yeah.
Or look at and look forward to, whatever. But yeah, just exercise. And it could be something as simple as stretching. Stretching. Y'all ass is old. Y'all better learn how to stretch. And it ain't got nothing to do with yoga.
Oh, you're going to say, yeah, yoga. Yoga can be helpful.
Yoga can be very helpful, but yoga scares a lot of people because they think it's going to hurt. Yoga is an old practice. And it helps you. It really does. Yeah. But stretching, it goes a long way. It goes a really long way. So, yeah, exercise and talk. Hell, email me. I'll talk to you.
Well, I think that pretty much does it for us in this episode. Again, thank you, everyone, for joining us and dealing with my medicated self this episode.
No comment. No comment. I already knew it was going to be a long day. When you came through the door, I saw your face. I was like, poor Ting Ting.
But again, for those that if you like the show, dislike the show, feeling different about the show, whatever it is, email us, let us know. If you like what we're doing, subscribe and like us on all the social medias. Again, that's, Convos in the Park at Facebook, Convos in the Park on Instagram, Convos in the Park, and the Ghetto Twitterverse.
I don't do Twitter like that. Okay. I like Twitter. That has not been me posting on Twitter lately. I am not politically correct on Twitter. That has been all Dorian. So you got any complaints, send it to him. I will tell you it is me.
But yes, join us on all social media. Like us wherever, or subscribe to us wherever you listen to your podcast content. Again, we're pretty much everywhere. You can even have Alexa, subscribe if you're, the lazy type.
And that's the funniest thing.
You can have Alexa subscribe if you're the lazy type. So yeah. Again, this is Dorian.
You sure?
Yeah.
This is the medicated Dorian. This is the medicated Dorian, guys. I'm so sorry. We're gonna work on getting him better for the next episode. But yeah, I enjoyed today's show. Even though double standards are gonna not go anywhere.
No, they're not.
They're not gonna go anywhere. And the double standard last part. Sorry. This is what I missed earlier. The double standards when it comes to sexuality. Men, heterosexual men, love it when they see two women kissing, licking, sucking, fucking each other.
Yeah, okay.
But don't understand the same enjoyment that two men might get out of it. See, it's a double standard. I don't care what you do. Y'all ain't licking and sucking and fucking on me. I'm good. So do you. Have fun, goddammit.
Yeah.
But
I ain't touching that one.
It's a double standard.
No, it's not a double standard. It's just not.
Would you like to, if I show you something with two women, you like it because you're a heterosexual man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not knocking it.
Thought you wouldn't go touch it.
The other part of it. But yeah.
Okay.
It's not my cup of tea, for those that it is. Hey, salute to y'all.
But yeah, that's all I wanted. Today was good.
Yes, it was.
I'm gonna take Dorian and go and get a tattoo today, guys. Stay tuned for pictures.
Oh Lord! Until the next time, y'all. We catch you on the next one. Peace.
Good morning. Good evening. Good night.